Good morning and good afternoon. I see a beautiful background across the pond, and I see some rambunctious puppies again today. Wonderful. It looks like a party today. Let's start off with a little warm-up before we do the Guo Lin walking, and we'll do a quick review of that because it's been a while. So, feet about shoulder width apart, knees nice and soft, a little bit of bounce in the knees, upper torso erect, and let's just begin to turn that upper torso from side to side, letting the arms swing free. We'll do a few minutes in both directions, circle walking in the Guo Lin style. Long range forecast. This is for early next summer. Kind of putting the finishing touches on my study of Bagua. And we'll introduce a second form of walking Qigong, but that won't be till the spring. Need to put a course together and make sure that I understand how to cue it for you. It's a little bit more complicated than the Guo Lin style. Let's take the hands into loose fists and begin tapping. Lower belly and lower back. Starting off waking up the energy center as we bring the body temp up a little bit and get a little fluid moving in the joints. And if you haven't seen any of the recordings for this week, an email will go out later today. I had previously sent out that we would be starting early on Friday. That will no longer be necessary. The conflict that I had worked itself out, so we will be at our regular time on Friday. And we'll still be at the same time next week, although this weekend here in the US we turn our clocks back. Understand we're a week behind the other side of the pond. Let's move that front hand up to the shoulder area, tapping into that little hollow area between the shoulder and the chest where they meet. This one used widely in the various tapping disciplines to tap away stress and anxiety. In the movement traditions, we know it as the end of the lung meridian. Tapping on that to promote immunity. And then let's relax the arms and hands and take the hand up over the shoulder. So, open hand, a little more of a slap than a tap. Back of the other hand, tapping on the lower back. And just kind of let your arms go ragdollish here. Close those hands back up and work our way back down. Coming back to the shoulder area first. And then as we come back to the belly, begin to shift the weight from side to side. Working on a little flexibility and strength in the ankles. With balance and in turn reducing the falling risk as we move into those seasons where it gets slippery outside. And then let's float the hands off and add a little bit of more twist to it. Twist through the lower spine, letting the momentum of that arm swing lift the trailing heel. And let's begin to deepen out the breathing. Taking the breath down deep into the belly, breathing in through the nose if you're able. Take that out breath, nice, long, conscious, full out breath through either the mouth or nose. And let's begin to slow this down as we prepare to harmonize the breath and the body. Shrink it down as we work our way back to Wuji. And then let's connect to the breath directly with a little spinal cord breathing. Breathing in, rise. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you spread the elbows. Fold it all back in. Gently round the back as you exhale. Just letting the body follow the breath now. Breathing in as we rise and expand. Breathing out as we relax and release. For the final few, let's put a little turn at the top, a little turn to the upper spine now, bringing it back to center to exhale. Take one more of those on each side. And then rise and relax back into Wuji. Quick review of the Guo Lin walking. First, the step. We're stepping onto the heel, through the midfoot, and off the toe. So we want to contact the entire foot as we walk. Second, and you can do these in pieces if you'd like. You can get the step first and then work to the arms and then add the breath. An arm swing every step. So we're getting a little turn of the spine on every step, and your head will naturally move along with the arms. And then the third piece is the breath. On the left step, 2 sips of breath in. On the right step, a full breath out. It may be challenging to put all 3 of those together at once to begin because it's been a while, but you can kind of work up. We'll go for about 5 minutes, 2.5-ish minutes in each direction. I'm going to walk in a circle. You can do it forward, backward. That works too. But if you've got a 4x4, 5x5 area, you can walk in a fairly tight circle. So when you're ready, step off. So. have noticed the background noise just cut out. We are right at the freezing mark here today, and one of the architectural features of my studio is our furnace. Next time you hit your starting point, turn it around and change the direction of your walking. Unfamiliar with the Guo Lin style of walking, it was developed by a Chinese physician and is used still today, after about 50 years, for cancer therapy. You'll see cancer support groups walking in circles in the park. And take one more loop around whatever circle you're walking. And when you get back to your starting point, just pause in Wuji. And then we'll just kind of reconnect to the breath. Arms rise. Breathing out, the arms float back down. Just do a couple of these to reconnect to the breath. And one more, and then let's bring the hands down all the way to the lower dantian, hand over hand. Just pause here. Couple of breaths as we move into the sequence between heaven and earth to open and stimulate the extraordinary meridians and begin massaging in a circle with those hands around the lower dantian. Continuing to breathe deeply. You can be going in either direction. We'll take a few turns going both ways. As we activate the center. Go ahead and change direction of your massaging circles. And then the hands relax back down to the sides. On an inhale, bring the hands up into prayer position, but not quite touching. On an exhale, press the palms out, turning the head, looking first over one hand, continuing to breathe out as you look across over the other hand. Inhaling the hands back in. Exhale, turn your head to the other side first this time. Inhaling the hands together. Exhaling, spread the palms apart as we expand the body space. Let's take one more in each direction. So the hands come back together this time. Let them turn so that they're high and low. Now up and down. First looking up and looking down as we breathe out. Let the hands change places as we breathe in. Breathe out, stretch, gazing high and low. Last pair. This time let the hands come back together, back in prayer position. Now we're going front and back. First looking backward and then forward as we exhale. Hands back together. Exhale, the other hand goes back. Last pair. Last one. Flatten the palms and let them float on down. Moving on to the microcosmic orbit. Hands rise over the crown of the head. Turn the palms over. Press down. Breathing in, drawing the energy up the back. Over the crown, down the front. One more time. This time at the bottom, turn the palms over, lifting in front, drawing the energy up from the earth. Taking it out over the crown, pressing down in the back. One more time. And this time as we release the arms down, let them come to rest. One hand in front, one hand in back. Turn to the side as you breathe in. Rotate across, keeping the palms facing the body. Breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Activating the sash meridian. This time, breathe out and hold. Take a breath in. Breathe out to the other side. Now breathing in and breathing out. One more. And then just release back to Wuji. Breathing in, hands float up in front, palms turn toward the sky. Breathe out. Breathe in. Dip the body down a little bit. Hands come down to about the shoulders. Breathe out, press overhead. Staying firmly rooted to the ground, pressing out overhead. Roots and branches. A couple of extra ones of these. Don't need to dip very far, just stay inside your comfort zone. Let's do two more. Breathing in as we descend and breathing out as we press overhead. Take an inhale up here and then relax back down to Wuji. Let's spiral the energy upward. Hands on the waist, step out onto the ball of one foot and rotate around that ankle, letting the whole leg get in the mix. Grab 3 or 4, maybe 5 turns in each direction. And relax that one. Switch the weight over to the other side. Let's do the other leg. Spiraling the energy upward. A few turns in each direction. And then relax back to center. Head stays put, rotating the hips. Work our way up. And then a few turns the other direction. And then relax back to center. Let one hand float overhead. Turn the palm to the sky. Drawing circles with the hands. Stirring the clouds. A few circles going each direction. Relax that hand back onto the waist. Let the other one take its place and stir the clouds. Just breathing deeply, naturally through this sequence. And again, a few turns in each direction. And then relax that hand back down to the waist. Now the whole upper torso. Let the head lead, but keep the spine and neck neutral. Whole upper torso moves. And again, a few turns in each direction. relax back to center. Let the hands float back down to Wuji. And up go the hands, turning the palms to the sky. Just hold here and breathe. Feeling rooted below, feeling connected to the energy above. Nice deep breaths here. And on an exhale, turn the palms out. Let the hands float back down. And pause in Wuji. And go ahead and bring your feet in a little closer now. Close your eyes. Close the hands back in, hand over hand, over the lower dantian. A few more breaths to finish it off today, returning the energy to the center. If you start to sway a little bit, just relax into that. Sway like a bamboo in the wind. And one more deep breath in. And as you release that breath, go ahead and release the hands back to the sides, bring your gaze back to the room, give everything a little shake. And I thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Namaste.